Hey everyone, Fletcher Ladd here, and welcome to Module 3 of the High Ticket Playbook, How to Generate High Ticket Business Ideas. Now, you've probably seen a lot of videos online of people teaching you, saying, this is the best niche or this is the best business to start. And while some of that information can be true, they're good businesses to start, you can make a little bit of money, but you're never going to really make the big money. And I'm talking like private jet money. I'm talking Benetti yacht money. I'm talking some serious major money here. If you really want to make some serious money, you have to have a big market where that you can easily enter with little capital and grow a major business, because pretty much the gas is going to expand to the size of the chamber. So let's get into it. So here's what we're going to cover. Number 1, introduction. Number 2, I'm going to give you an introduction to market evaluation. I'm going to show you how to identify high ticket problems. I'm going to show you how to master market research for high ticket success. I'm going to give you an example, which is TopTal. I'm going to show you growing markets to choose. I'm going to give you recipes for generating high ticket business ideas. And then I'm going to show you how to evaluate and refine your ideas over time. Then we're going to conclude it, and I'm going to give you some recommended resources so you can learn further if you want to. Now, you haven't seen anything online like this training. I know you haven't, because everyone's teaching you to focus on everyone's trying to compete for the same market, right? I'm going to show you how to compete in a really good market. So, as you guys know, high ticket, this is the 30,000 foot overview of the High Ticket Accelerator, which is our startup program, where we partner with you to build a 6, 7, 8, or 9 figure unicorn company, right? Now, a unicorn company is a company that's valued at $1 billion. We don't have one yet at High Ticket Ventures, but when we do, you'll know about it. But if you're interested at any point throughout this whole video, you can go to highticketventures.com/apply to learn more about how to apply to our accelerator. We will partner with you to build a 6, 7, 8, or 9 figure company. As you guys know, 6, 7, and even 8 is really easy to get to. You can do it in the first year. It's not hard to get to that level of revenue. It's easy. As you guys know, my name is Fletcher Ladd. I'm the founder of multiple 7-figure companies. I've built multiple 8-figure companies too. I'm an expert in high-ticket business models. I have over a decade of experience in building and scaling ventures. I am from a small country town called Mildura, Victoria. And I've built marketing agencies, I've built consulting to equity firms, licensing products. I've done a lot of businesses in the high ticket market. And now I own High Ticket Accelerator. So, introduction. Let me introduce you to markets. I'll give you a quote here. I've got a nice quote here. I thought I'd put this here so you guys, can see it. And I'll read it to you. You are only as good as the car you are driving. You can spec out a Toyota to its max. You can make it fully loaded, but it will never be a Ferrari. If you choose a small market, no matter how well you build your business, you will eventually tap it out. It's far better to choose a big market and build a powerful business that you can truly accelerate that car to its fullest potential. Now, you've heard people, I hope you have, you've heard people say it doesn't matter, they say it doesn't matter what business you're in, it matters more so about the vehicle that you're in, right? Something along those lines. The vehicle that you are in matters more than pretty much anything. And it's true, because you can have a small market, which is a small pond, and you're going to have the skill set once you finish this playbook to be able to really just dominate a market, just win. But what's going to happen is it's a small market. You're not going to get jet money or yacht money in a small market. It's because there's not enough money in it. Unless you execute it flawlessly and you do something amazing there, it's far easier to do it in. Everyone who has a plane or a massive boat, they've done it in a huge market. Right, so what is a market? Definition. A market is a broad group of potential clients who share a common need or desire for a product or service. It represents the entire environment where businesses and consumers exchange goods and services. That's the market. And I'll give you an example. So an example is the freelance and remote work market. That includes all businesses offering platforms, tools, and services that connect freelancers with clients, such as job boards, project management tools, and payment solutions. Right, that's an example of a market, the freelance and remote work market. And an example in that market of business is TopTel. And TopTel connects top freelancers with clients. TopTel excels in offering premium talent for high demand industries. So businesses that are growing, TopTel offers those businesses talent to execute on their project so they can build great products. I'll give you a key takeaway. A market is the playing field where different businesses compete by offering products or services that meet their needs of potential customers or clients. Right, so a market is a playing field. There's multiple markets within a market. Ultimately, you have the market, right? And then you have multiple markets within a market. And then you have multiple niches within those bigger markets. Now, stay with me here. I don't want you getting lost. This will all come together. So what's a niche, right? Because you have a market, then you have a niche. And a niche is a specific segment or a targeted segment of a larger market. It focuses on a particular group of customers with unique needs, preferences, or characteristics that are often underserved by broader markets. Example, within the freelance and remote work market, TopTel's niche targets the top 3% of global freelance talent, connecting them with companies that require highly skilled professionals in fields like software development, design, and finance. Key takeaway. A niche is like a specialty within a broader market. It allows businesses to focus on serving a specific group of participants within that market, often with tailored products or services. Because you can't just say, I'm going to go after the freelance market. It's too big. It's just too big. So you have to niche down. You can't just be the generalist. You have to be a specialist. You need to niche down. Everyone knows that. You can't just say, I'm going to be a digital marketing agency. For who? You have to be a digital marketing agency for let's say chiropractors. You have to niche down. And that's what TopTel's done. They're focused on the high-end B2B market and they're focused on top talent. Now, there's two sides to the market. You've got B2B markets and B2C. Forget that there is other stuff out there like business to government and stuff, but let's just keep it at this high level here. So you've got business to business, and the definition is, in B2B, businesses sell products or services to other businesses. An example, TopTel operates in the B2B market and space by connecting companies, businesses with top-tier freelance professionals for their projects. They make money on the arbitrage. So they connect talent with businesses and then they charge up a fee, and that's how they make their money. Now, business to consumer, in B2C, businesses sell products or services directly to individual consumers. An example is a company selling fitness apps directly to individual users would be operating in the B2C space. Most people that make a lot of money do it in the B2B space because B2B is more so high ticket. For example, if you're focused on the B2C space, a consumer, they don't have much spending power unless you're dealing with highly wealthy people. But they're not sticky. They're not always coming back and buying it again and again because they don't have as soon as their pain point's solved, they're kind of just like, okay, I'm done now. Unless you find like very specific like medicines where you have to keep coming back and buying again and get big pharma, right? You've got to keep buying again and again. That's an example of a high sticky. You could have hundreds of thousands of clients or customers with a specific problem they're buying again and again. That's what you find in the B2C market for businesses that make a lot of money. And in the B2B, it's fewer clients, but they're spending massive amounts of money. So key takeaway, understanding whether your business operates in the B2B or B2B space is crucial for determining your marketing strategy, sales process, and customer engagement methods. Most people don't even know this. Are they B2B? Are they B2C? Are you taking someone from B2C and transitioning them into B2B? Right? You've got to know these things. Now, let's talk about the key to great business ideas. Right? So how do you come up with these ideas and how do you right? We're going to go all through this. I'm going to give you so many examples. Like you hear people talk about how to become a great marketer. How can you become a great marketer if you don't even understand the market? Right? So the key to great business ideas is curiosity drives innovation. So if you're curious about something, a problem, you're always going to just be thinking about it constantly. And that's a good thing. Typically the people who succeed the most, they're the most curious. And the most successful entrepreneurs are obsessed with solving problems. So in business, if you want to make money over the long term, you have to be solving a painful, consistent, and growing problem. Growing meaning more participants are entering the market. For example, if it's not really a problem, you're not really going to make much money. You could sell something as an opportunity, but you're never going to really hit that big money if it's not a problem. Because if someone's got a problem, they're looking for a solution, and you can be the solution to their problem. Great business. People always, and especially if it's a growing market over the next 10 years, you always want to look at the next 10 years, right? So you want to start by identifying what piques your interest and where you can make an impact. What problems are you currently having, right? Now, it's easy if you're a business or you work in a business and you can see a problem and then you can go out there. But you don't necessarily have to have the problem yourself. I don't believe that that's true. It helps if you do because you can understand it. But you can also go and interview other people that may have a problem or find a problem, and you can build them a solution to that. Right? So curiosity, you want to be curious to find problems. Then you can make a list of ideas and you can validate them. You validate those ideas by basically the market. The only way you can validate an idea is by the market telling you that, and a big segment of the market tells you they've got a problem. And then you can implement that into a business, right? And you have to keep being curious too, because the market evolves, right? So why does curiosity matter? Why do you need to be curious? So curiosity keeps you engaged and persistent. It leads to deeper understanding and innovation. And the more curious you are, the more likely you are to find untapped opportunities. So if someone's just curious, right? Just think about it if you've got a girlfriend and she suspects that you're cheating. She's curious. She's going to stalk all your Instagram followers and who you like. She's going to be studying every single thing that you're doing. She's curious. And eventually she's going to find something, right? Because she's curious. Same with you with business ideas. You're curious. You're looking around and you're trying to just find something, and eventually you will. You will find something that no one else has found in a specific market. You'll find the niche with a niche problem that no one else has found, and then it's a matter of is that niche big enough for you to pursue? For example, it might not be. It might be too small. I mean, it might be like, oh my God, I found something, but it's too small of a problem. I'm just moving my mic around now. It's too small of a problem. And being obsessed is important. You need to be thinking about ideas and problems. Just thinking constantly. How is money, like what's a market with a problem? For example, if I need coffee, I don't have it, that's a problem. Coffee shop fixes it, boom. Problem. Problems that can be that simple. Or I'm a business, I need to develop an app. Well, where do I find talent? Oh, we'll go to Google, I search, where do I find talent? TopTel comes up, oh, they've got the best talent. Right? Certain things that's very important. And the importance of problem solving. So businesses succeed by solving real pressing problems. The bigger the problem you solve, the more money you'll make. And you can just scale it like that, solving a lot of those people's problems. That's how money's made. And you want to focus on high impact problems that people are desperate to solve. Like, I have this idea for this application I want to build for my business. TopTel solves it by giving me the talent to build it. Or I might have tried this talent, but they suck. I'm really in pain because I don't think it can ever be built. Right? And the bigger the problem, the more value you can create. I've got a big problem. I need to fix it. It's costing me a lot of money, a lot of potential money that could be made in the future. You give them the solution, and then in exchange for that solution, they give you money. And the bigger the problem, the more money you can make. And remember, we're not trying to sell $50, $300, $1,000 or $2,000 services or products. We're trying to sell high ticket stuff. We're trying to think of each client spending $50,000 with us at a minimum. Now, how do you come up with high ticket ideas? So you want to identify high growth markets. So focus on market, not just ideas. Because ideas matter, but the market matters more. Because you can't create a market, you can only find a market with people in it and then hope that it has to be a growing market. You don't really just want to hope, but you are kind of taking a gamble and hoping that it does grow. Sometimes the markets just stop. But so you don't start with a product or a service. Don't just, I'm going to sell this. Stupid. Never do that. The market is where you make your money. People don't understand this. That's why when you see those people online and they tell you, this is the best business to get into for 2024, is it? Because I guarantee you that person, if I were to talk to them for 2 minutes and say, how big's your market? They would look at me and say, well, it's pretty big, it's growing. How do you know? What's the figures? Or they've never done it. And then they're telling you that it's a good idea because they think it's a good idea and they're making some money so they can fly in business class on Emirates. They're stupid. They're never going to get jet money. I'm going to teach you how to get jet money. So don't start with a product or service and then try and find an idea or create a market for it. Instead, look for a market that is projected to grow over the next 10 years. 10 years is the number that you need to look at. Not 5 years, 10 years ahead. Is it projected to grow over the next 10 years? Because if you're forming an entity to trade so you can capture that market and profit, you need to be thinking 10 years, not 10 years. And you need to understand the market's problems. So in these growing markets, identify problems that businesses or consumers, if they're high ticket, are facing and will continue to face as the market expands. And the goal is to build a high ticket offering that addresses these ongoing challenges. Right, that's what we're trying to do here. So here's an example, the example of client acquisition. Why getting clients is a consistent problem. So an evergreen demand. So most internet marketers, you can go and Google this online, they sell courses on how to get clients because every business needs new clients continuously. It's a problem that never goes away because as more businesses enter the market and new niches emerge, the need for effective client acquisition strategies persist. People have calendars. They need bookings in their calendars. So this whole thing of getting bookings or getting clients, it's never going to go away. It's an unsolvable problem, right? So unsolvable problems that you can fix, but then they have to constantly be fixed, right? Kind of like medicine. That's why Big Pharma makes so much money, because they can create problems and just sell drugs to people that think that they think that they've got those problems. Or if they do have those problems, they can just keep going and going and going. They're $1 billion, $100 billion markets. Right? So when searching for an idea, focus on a market with a problem that can never really be fully solved. Meaning you can solve it, but it needs to be fulfilled again. As long as businesses exist, they will need clients, making this a reliable market with ongoing demand. Now, I'm not telling you to go start a marketing agency to help people get clients. I'm not doing that. I'm just giving it to you as an example, right? And an example would be Facebook ads. So rather than just saying, a good example is people have the market is businesses that need clients, right? Not every business needs some form of clients, but some businesses might be business to government, and their one client is the government. It takes them 6 years to close them, right? Now you can niche down. You can say, well, I do Facebook ads, and then you can niche down even further and say, I do Facebook ads for chiropractors. That's your niche. So I'll give you the example, but I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just using it as a very simple example so everyone that's watching this can understand. So a market with a persistent problem is Facebook, right? And Facebook is a platform, but its core business model revolves around selling ads to businesses. Why? Because businesses will always need to advertise to acquire new clients. Now, no business is ever just finished. You don't just get a client and say, okay, now that's done, let's close the company and close the books. No. Right? So as a result, those businesses, they continue to spend money on ads, making the market resilient and constantly in demand. So you don't need to start a client acquisition agency, but the principle remains, choose a market with a persistent problem, an unsolvable problem that's also growing. This ensures long-term demand for your high-ticket offerings. This is why Facebook, that's why the main figure at Facebook, if you were to buy the stock, is the user base on the platform or Instagram. And that's what the active users on the platform. Is Facebook going to produce more money in 10 years' time? More businesses are going to enter the market. They're going to need to get clients, and those clients are all on Facebook because most of the world population is. And how active are those users on there? And then you can make a very basic decision, is Facebook a good buy or not? Same with Google. They make their revenue from predominantly the Google ads. It's a big part of their business model. So it's very simple when you break things down like this. Right? So your action plan, steps to find your high ticket idea. So you want to research growing markets. You want to identify industries or niches expected to grow significantly in the next 10 years. And you want to identify unsolvable problems within those markets, pinpoint problems that are fundamental and ongoing, and issues that businesses or consumers will continually need help with. Because when you solve it, you've got a client now. This is why we say customers and clients, because the customer buys from you once, but a client has an ongoing problem that they always need to be solved. And that client's going to keep coming back and spending money with you again and again and again. As long as you're doing a good job, as long as you love your job and you're doing a good job for them, they're going to come back and spend with you again. And you want to create your solution. You want to develop a high ticket offering, which we do in the next module, that addresses their persistent problems, ensure it's tailored to the market's needs, and has big growth potential and enduring demand. Right? Now, let's talk about the remote work and freelance market overview. I've chosen an example market. It's the remote work and freelance market, talent. So the global freelance platform market was valued at approximately $3.39 billion in 2020. And the remote work market size in 2021, this was estimated that 15.5% of the global workforce were freelancers, contributing significantly to the overall economy. Right? So the global workforce, 15.5% was freelancers, meaning they worked from home. They had worked out of a bedroom or a home office or whatever it is, in their kitchen with a desk or I don't know. Growth projections. So the freelance platform market is expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate at around 15.3% from 2021 to 2028. About 7 years. By 2030, the freelance platform market is projected to reach 12 billion. Now look at this. 3.39. 12 billion. That's a growing number. That's pretty much 3, 6, 9, 12. You could call that a 4x, a 3 to 4x. It's going to keep growing. People are going to keep working from home. This is predicted, projected, speculated. Now, what are the drivers behind this? What's making this happen? There's an increasing demand for flexible work arrangements. There's a rising adoption for remote work technologies. And companies are seeking specialized talent without the need for full-time employment. People realize that they don't need someone full-time. They can just get someone in, build it, and then hire someone part-time to manage it. Right? A lot of these internet companies, you can build something, put it online as a system, and just keeps getting managed. You don't need truck drivers consistently. Truck drivers on the road. But like remote office workers, they don't need them. Now, let's talk about TopTal. We're going to get into TopTal now. So the TopTal specifics. So the revenue, TopTal generated an estimated 200 million United States dollars in revenue in 2022. Now, I'm pretty sure that revenue was from the margin difference of the markup that they put on the heads of the people that they loaned out for their hours of work. Meaning, a company might pay someone $30 an hour. TopTal charges, they pay that freelancer 20 and TopTal keeps 10. That 200 million came from that $10 of margin. So TopTal is one of the leading platforms for connecting the best companies or the biggest companies with top-tier freelancers focusing on high-skilled sectors like software development, design, and finance, and now including marketing. $200 million of revenue. They might have netted $50 million to $80 million of cash in that. Speculating. I don't have their books. Now, future trends, right? So that's what they're at in 2022. So the shift to remote work is expected to continue, with more companies adopting hybrid or fully remote models. There's a growth in digital nomadism. So in the gig economy, will drive demand for platforms like TopTal. People are becoming more and more skilled as more information comes online. It's a flywheel, right? People are becoming more skilled. They've already worked for big companies. Now they want to travel around. Everyone on Instagram is traveling around. Travel becomes cheaper. And people want to move around and travel and work from wherever they want in the world. There's a demand on both sides. And freelancers' share of the workforce in developed economies is the US expected to go from 36% in 2021 to 50% by 2027. So it's a growing number. So the current US workforce is 36%. It's expected to grow at about 14%. Now, time that I record this, it's 2024 in August. And you can see that number we're almost there. So, let's do an introduction now to market evaluation. We've got a lot I'm teaching you here. This will all come together at the end. You're learning stuff that no one has ever taught you before. This is Harvard level business stuff. This is what the big private equity firms know that you don't. So, thinking like a private equity fund. So private equity funds, they invest in high growth businesses focusing on markets with potential for significant returns. Pretty simple. Everyone wants to be in a growing market. If you're in a dying market, it's not going to make any money. You probably could if you capture the percentage of it that's left. So an example, private equity funds target large growing markets to scale investments from millions to billions. If I give you $100 million and said I need you to double it, you wouldn't go start a business that has a market where you can only make $10 million a year. That'd be stupid. You have to find a big enough market to grow it, to let it play. So you want to prioritize market size and growth potential for large scale success. You don't want to build an awesome business in a small market. You're going to capture, I guarantee if you follow what's in this training, you're going to capture that market. And then what's going to happen is going to be just, you've wasted your time. Yeah, you've made some money, but you could have made a lot more. So why PE funds focus on market growth? So private equity funds invest big, needing long-term growth, not just quick wins. They've got hundreds of millions of dollars that they need to grow. They have to be picking smart businesses, smart markets, they have to be picking the best listed equities with smart management in growing markets. So they target markets with projected growth over the next decade. They're looking for 10-year horizons, in and out over 10 years. Sometimes they can do it in short sprints, but it's really 10 years. And the best tech founders, they're thinking in 10 years sprints. So choose markets with long-term growth for sustained success, right? Simple. Now, key markets. How do you identify what market to go in? Well, there's something called TAM, SAM, and SOM. You can meet TAM, you can meet SAM, you can meet SOM, right? So TAM is the total addressable market. That's the total market demand for a product or a service. And then you have the SAM, which is the service addressable market. That's the segment of the TAM targeted by your products or services. And then SOM, which is the serviceable obtainable market. And that's the portion of the SAM that you can realistically capture now and then in the future. The only thing that really, now they all matter, but the bottom line is the SOM, and that's the serviceable obtainable market. If you show me someone's serviceable obtainable market, that's what you're going to be basically eating with. That's the food that gets on your plate at the end of the day. That's your SOM. So TAM, for global freelance and remote work market, is worth some $455 billion. Now the SAM, the serviceable available market, for high-skilled freelancers in tech design and finance, is $100 billion. Now TopTal's smart. They've added a different product, which was their marketing talent, and that would increase this here. But they would have, internally, they would know the TAM, SAM, and SOM for each individual, like tech and design and finance and marketing. But together, $100 billion. Now, TopTal's current market share within the SAM, yes, is 200 million, is what they're doing. About 200 million. Give or take. It's not 100% accurate, but that's what they're doing. So you can see here, this is what they're looking at. Right? So now applying market metrics, the TopTal example. So the TAM, the global freelancer remote market value at 455 billion. The SAM, high skilled freelancers in tech, design, and finance worth 100 billion. Right? So the key takeaway is start with a targeted SOM and then expand to capture more of your SAM within a growing TAM. Make sense? So we work backwards. So TopTal's projected revenue in 2032 is $1 billion. $1 billion. That's a 5x from right now. If they can 5x what they're currently doing, that's $1 billion company. This is why major money went into this business. Major money. The best VC firms. Because they looked at this and they said, this is a major market. Right? So currently 455 billion. And by 2032, we're looking at about 740 billion. And they're looking to capture less than 1% of that, really. Right, so I'll give you an example of how these players think. This is at the top level. This is the people on the top 10 of the Forbes list. Now, Kerry, he's not a big Kerry. KP, he's not around anymore. I think he passed away in December, Boxing Day 2025. He's got a great book. You should read it. It's behind me. It's called The Rise and Rise of Kerry Packer. Now, in 1987, Kerry Packer sold his news station, Channel 9, to Alan Bond for $1 billion Australian. He actually took the check and stuck it on the back of his toilet, his bathroom in his office. And he said, you only get one Alan Bond in your lifetime. Now what happened was, some months later, Kerry sat down and he tasked his team of 25 lawyers that he had with him and said, I've got $1 billion of cash. What I want you guys to do is turn it into $5 billion in 5 years. They said, oh my God, it's impossible. But Kerry said, get it done. I don't care. If you want a job, you will do it. And what they had to do was focus on strategic, smart investments in speculative, high growth markets. And the key takeaway, what the team did was they leveraged profitable deals for exponential growth, a key strategy in high stakes business. And Kerry's quote, he said, you only get one Alan Bond in your lifetime. I've had mine. $1 billion. Now, using subordinated debt, Kerry bought back Channel 9 3 years later or 5 years later or maybe even 2 years later off Alan Bond for $200 million. Pretty smart. You can study that online if you want to learn how to play sport like Mr. Packer. Now, so you want to find growing markets with opportunity. So the importance is join a big expanding market for more demand and growth opportunities. Ready? TAM, the total revenue potential, aim for 50 to 200 billion. These are the metrics now that we focus on at High Ticket Ventures. You want to focus on markets that are around 50 billion to 200 billion. The SAM, targetable segment, is 10 billion to 50 billion. And the SOM, the realistic early capture right now is 50 to 200 million. You might be thinking, but Fletcher, I'm just getting started in business. How can I capture 50 to 200 million? That's why people come to High Ticket Ventures, because we've done 8 figures. We know the strategy to get there. We know the marketing tactics. We know how to build the sales force. We know how to build the marketing campaigns. We know how to build the service delivery to maintain clients once we've captured them, right? We know how to become players in the market. So 50 to 200 million is what you want to aim for. You're going to make money. You're going to get to 6 figures. You're going to get to 7 figures. You're going to get to 8 figures. You might as well aim for 8 to early 9 figures. Now, why growth matters? Growing markets offer continuous opportunities to scale your business to 9 figures. You have to be going into growing markets because as you're getting some early success and things start to tap out, you can pivot. You can offer a new line of products and services and increase your TAM. Now, key takeaway. You want to target large growing markets to ensure long-term success. You do not want to set a business up and have a great couple of years and then all of a sudden you've tapped the market out and you have to wait for new participants to join and your marketing is so effective that you just instantly capture them. So your acquisition of new clients joining is so slow. You'll feel like a loser. It's not fun. You're never going to get, it's not a strategy to make serious major money. You have to have a massively growing TAM. That is so big that no matter how fast you build or how much money you bring in and reinvest into client-financed acquisition, you just can't acquire them because there's just so many coming in. You don't want to be the biggest in a little pond. You want to go up towards the river where it starts to open to the mouth of the ocean, or you want to go to the ocean, a specific segment of it. So you want to research market size, understand the competitive landscape, which is the players in the market, because there's already players there. There's players there that they've been around longer than you. They're smarter than you. They've got more infrastructure. They've already got more team. They've already got all the toys. They've got the jets. They've got the yachts, maybe, depending on how big. You don't want to go into the AI. You're not going to compete against ChatGPT. It's not high ticket. It's not what we advise. Consumer behavior, you want to study the market's behavior, the business buyers and the consumers, and you want to understand the regulatory environment. Is it regulated or not? You want to understand the financial metrics and then the risk analysis. Everyone does this for a smart business plan. It's simple. ChatGPT can do it, and then you can just ask ChatGPT where they got the data from, and then ask them to make sure it's a verified source from a legitimate, non-fake news agency. Now, assessing market potential like a mining company. So, a small deposit, or akin to a market, minimal resources are used for small deposits. Similar in business, don't overbuild for a small market. So, for example, if a mining company does it, they get a tenement and they're surveying the land, and they start drilling, and they go, well, there's probably not, the geologists say, look, there's probably not much here. Now they don't know until they start drilling, but let's just say they say there's not much. They're not going to throw much money at it. But let's say the geologists come back, and these are the smartest geologists in the world, and they said there is major deposits here. This is insane. Well, that's like a market. Massive resources are deployed for large deposits. In business, scale up marketing and sales for large validated markets. So because you can't throw that much money at, like if it's a massive market, you could throw huge amounts of money into marketing. You can get to $1 million a day if you can access those people on Facebook ads. It's $30 million a month, and you can still keep growing because it is a massive market. Now, if it's a very small market, you can't do that. A lot of people online that get started in starting up a high ticket business, they choose a small deposit. So lesson, match your strategy to your market size. Overbuilding for a small market is a common mistake. Evaluate first and then scale accordingly. Because the strategies that I give you to get to 6, 7, 8, and 9 figures, you're going to implement them. But you're going to tap the market out, and you're going to feel like a loser. So think long-term, act strategically. Long-term success. So you want to select markets with strong growth potential for sustained success. You want to entering a robust growth market enables effective scaling and outlasting competitors. Now, why it matters? Focusing on long-term growth markets builds a thriving, enduring business. At high-ticket ventures, when we go into partnership with someone, let's say it's you, we don't want to do this for the next 2 years. We want to be profiting together, and we want to have something that's going to pay our family holding companies for the next 20 years. That's how we have to think. So when people find a good mine, the owners know that that thing's going to gorge out ore and profit for the next 50 years. Right? So choose markets with consistent growth to act strategically and plan for long-term success. Now let's do some real-life examples. So let's have a look at this. So I've prepared these for you, these documents. So this is TopTel, and this is basically the total B2B businesses in USA. So there are approximately 7 million B2B businesses in the USA. The target segment for businesses seeking high-end talent, TopTel serves businesses that are looking to hire top-tier freelance talent, such as developers, designers, and finance experts. These businesses typically have the budget to invest in high-quality specialized talent. These businesses typically have the budget, meaning they're high ticket. Estimate. If we assume that 10 to 15% of B2B businesses in the USA seek high-end talent and have the budget to work with TopTel, right? Target B2B businesses, so 7 million times 10% equals 700,000 to 1.5 million, right? 1.5 million. So the TAM estimate, the total addressable market, is about 700,000 to 1.5 million businesses just in the USA. Now the serviceable available market is, and let's say we're advertising on LinkedIn and Facebook and Google. If we assume that 25 to 30% of target B2B businesses are reachable through these channels, right? These are they call them sales channels. I call them marketing channels. Not so much sales, because we'll sell on email and phone and Zoom or Google Meet. They're sales channels. This is where we place ads to get their stimulus to get them reached. We could assume that there's about 367,000 that are reachable. Now the service obtainable market is about 18,000 clients. So this is the portion of the SAM that TopTel can realistically acquire. About 18,000. Now, if you do USA, Australia, and then you open it up to small businesses, medium businesses, and large businesses, yes, it broadens up, right? But look, it's about 3,500 to 18,000 just in the US. Now, if the annual revenue that we wanted to basically generate was $10 million, but TopTel does 200 million, but I'm just giving you an example. If that's but they're not, because it wouldn't move. The investors invested more than $10 million to start the business, but I'm just giving you an example. If TopTel's business model typically involves matching businesses with top talent, charging a premium for their services, for simplicity, let's assume an average annual revenue per client is 100,000. To generate 10 million per year in revenue, calculate the number of businesses needed, they would need only 100 businesses. They would get it so quick. So TopTel would need to capture approximately 100 businesses to achieve 10 million. Now the market growth over the next 10 years, it's going to double, right? So they're easily going to double their business over the next 10 years if they just keep pushing the same message into the market. They're going to grow at the same effort. Right? Let's look at the predictable mining one. So, and I'm going to run through these quickly. So the segment includes individuals who have the financial capacity to invest at least 25,000 are open to high risk, high reward opportunities like speculative crypto mining in coins that no one's really heard of, like Casper. Right? So let's assume there's 12.9 million people that are potential investors. On Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, these digital channels, let's just assume that the reachable investors is 3.87 million. And we could probably get around 15,000 to 116,000 people. So the market growth over the next 10 years is the future TAM for potential crypto mining investors could grow to approximately 25 million. So if we say reachable investors is 3.87, we could double it and get to 25 million. So it's a growing market. People are going to invest in crypto mining, right? It's a good business. It's got a big market share. These are the numbers that we want. Now let's do predictable marketing, which is a business that does Facebook ads for B2B companies, just for a strong focus on client acquisition. So let's say we're looking for businesses that can afford a $15,000 setup fee and $3,500 monthly support fee to help them continuously bring clients in. Remember, it's a consistent problem, delegated, done for them for 5 years. It's about 700,000 businesses in the US, right? So 350 to 700,000. The SAM is there's about 210,000 that are reachable through cold email with an average open rate around 15 to 20% and Facebook and Google ads. Now, the service obtainable market is around 1,400 to 10,500 that we could probably obtain. Right? Now, a lot of people are competing for this obtainable market. You have to understand that. That's why players in the game matter, because they're sending the cold emails. They're running the ads. They're also trying to obtain these businesses that are open to this service. So annual revenue. To generate 10 million USD per year in revenue, calculate the number of businesses needed. If each business spends around $57,000 per year, we would need 175 clients on the book at that number. That's not hard. It's not hard to build a $10 million a year business. It's not hard to do. Now, assuming you got a 50% profit margin, you would have to do $20 million per year. And you're making $10 million a year net. And if you've got two partners, they're making 5 million USD a year. You can fly private consistently at that number, and you can save that money, invest it speculatively, and buy a jet. Big money there, right? So that's an example of how easy it is to get to that figure. Now, is the market growing? Yes, it's growing at a 7% annual growth rate. The summary. All right, so you can look at that. You can go back and pause it. I put that together for you. So key takeaway. These businesses use high upfront fees, long-term contracts, and ongoing demand to build scalable, predictable revenue streams. Right? So any business, any smart business, they know the TAM, the SAM, and the SOM. And they know it for all of their products. And they've ran this analysis every which way but loose. Because they need to know what they're dealing with. They don't look at it as the gospel, but they look at it as their map that guides them to where they want to go. They say, like, look, they go, can we make any money here? They know how to market. They know how to turn the ads on. They know how to have the reps on the phone close the deals. But they say, are we going to get enough clients here that can spend enough money for us to get the jets and the yachts? Because that's what the players care about, $50 to $100 million over the next 10 to 25 years in their personal name. So, I've got a quote here for myself again. Set your sights on building billion-dollar empires. And even if you achieve just a fraction of it, you'll still find yourself incredibly successful. So you want to aim for a business that has the potential to generate you $1 billion per year that you can maintain with clients, and that it's a growing market. And even if you achieve just 100 million, you are still wildly and incredibly successful. No one's going to say, oh, he didn't pull off the $1 billion business. You did 100 million. Do you care? No. Now, let's talk about identifying high-ticket problems. So, what makes a problem high ticket? So, high stakes. The problem significantly impacts the client's life or business. Urgency. The client needs a solution quickly and is willing to pay for it. Exclusivity. The solutions are easily available. Solutions are not easily available or replicable. So, meaning other people just can't come in and start competing with you. So that creates a moat. And the clients need to pay for it. If they're not willing to pay, you don't have a business. You've got a little hobby. People need to pay you for it. And they need to pay a lot. And they need to keep coming back. Right? So it needs to be high stakes, exclusive, and urgent. An example of high ticket problems, negative or fake Google reviews damaging a business's reputation. Could be costing them so much money. Or let's say Facebook, maybe let's say you're an 8-figure business and all of your revenue comes from Facebook. And a Facebook ad account gets shut down for a business that relies on it. What happens? They lose all of their new income. They might not have cash reserves for the next 6 to 12 months. They might be living month to month. What do they need? They need their ad account back on. How much are they willing to pay? Probably a lot. $5,000, $10,000 to get an ad account back. What about data breaches in companies handling sensitive client information or customer information, right? They need to have that protected and secure. They can't let it get out. Now you might hear that and you might not understand like what sort of but there's certain businesses out there that have problems that you don't even know of. There's so many. High turnover in a niche market requiring specialized recruitment solutions, right? Businesses struggling with international tax compliance for multi-country operations. They're trying to shift profit and they can't shift all their profit. Big Four accounting firms help a lot with that. They charge a fee for it. Here's more high-ticket problem examples. CEOs looking to exit but lacking a clear succession plan. They want to put someone else in place, but they don't know how to do it. They obviously want the business to keep growing like they think they can do it, but they don't want to work anymore. E-com businesses facing supply chain disruptions that threaten sales. Professionals needing to clean up their online presence for job opportunities. Right? Maybe you're looking for jobs that can pay you $500,000 a year, but you need to clean up your online presence. High net worth individuals seeking bespoke financial management and wealth preservation strategies. Right? Money managers. Or companies facing regulatory hurdles that delay product launches. Right, so what about mastering market research for high ticket success? So here's the 7-step process for effective market research. So number 1 is finding a problem. Remember, curiosity-driven exploration. So you want to start by exploring areas you are genuinely curious about. Ask yourself, what industries or topics do you constantly think about? Where do you notice recurring pain points or inefficiencies? What problems have you or people around you experienced that lack a solid solution? And you want to use observation and empathy. So you want to engage with people in your target market, listen to their complaints, challenges, and frustrations. Empathy interviews can be powerful. Talk to potential customers and ask open-ended questions about their pain points. You're never going to come up with their problem unless you have it yourself. Let other people tell you their problem. And you let like maybe 10, 20, 30, 50 people tell you they're all having this problem, and then go and create a high-ticket solution for that problem. Right? So you have to find a problem because people will keep coming back and solving a problem. You're not trying to sell some business opportunity to help someone make money. What problem are you solving there? Helping them leave a 9 to 5? Right? Desperate people. It's not a business you can be proud of. Step 2, identifying high growth markets. So tools and resources, Google Trends. So you can track trending topics and industries to see what's gaining momentum. Industry reports. You can use resources like Statista, IBISWorld, and McKinsey reports to find data on emerging markets. LinkedIn and social media. Monitor discussions in professional groups and forums to identify what's hot in your industry. You can also use ChatGPT because ChatGPT, you can ask it questions and talk to it. So you also want to put that here as well. And you want the latest version, always the latest one that you have to pay for. If you use the free version, it never works. And then always ask ChatGPT where it got the data from. So tactics, SWOT analysis, evaluate the strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats in different markets. Future-proofing, focus on industries that have long-term growth, such as AI, renewable energy, or telehealth. Remember, 10 years is the data figure you're looking at. Understanding and evaluating market problems. So in-depth problem analysis, surveys and polls. So you want to use tools like Google Forms to gather insights directly from your target market. So you can find a big pool of people in that market, in that niche that you've niched down to. You always want to niche down. And you want to survey them, ask them what problems are they having, what's struggling, right? You can use ChatGPT to come up with questions that you can ask these people. Because you never want to ask someone a question and say, are you having this problem? Because they might say yes. You want to let them tell you they're having a problem without you even asking it. Strategy, subterfuge, competitor analysis. You want to look at reviews, forums, and feedback for existing solutions in the market. Identify what customers are unhappy with or where existing products fall short. Customer interviews. Conduct one-on-one interviews with potential customers to dig deeper into their specific pain points. Right? So if you have customers, you can keep asking them questions. Now, evaluating market players. So tools for competitive analysis. You can use SEMrush or Ahrefs. Any serious player is on Google on the first page. Anyone serious. So G2, you can read reviews on competitors' products or services, Trustpilot, Google My Business, etc. Tactics, future gap analysis. Identify what your competitors offer and pinpoint features or services that are missing or could be improved. Maybe book calls and pretend to be a business. Book calls with them and pretend to go through their sales process. Explain to them you need a pitch deck or a service agreement. Collect all of these. This is this is their marketing and sales. You can all of someone's internet marketing, you can find it all online. You just can't find someone's cold email campaigns or their cold calling or if they're doing offline marketing, it's hard to find that. But anything online that they're doing like social ads, you can find it. And you can pretend to go through their sales process by going through their website, sending an email, getting their pitch deck and service agreement. You just don't have their operations, but you can figure that out. That's why you're going into that business. So now you have someone's marketing and sales, and you already know the market that they're trying to capture with the TAM, SAM, and SOM. You're like 70% of the way there. It's so easy now to just replicate someone's business and take their food off their plate. Right? Pricing analysis. Understand the pricing strategies of competitors and explore opportunities for a higher ticket offering. Now, evaluating your idea. So minimum viable product. So you want to create a basic version of your product or service and test it with a small audience, which is your version 1. You want to use a simple landing page and describe your product or service, drive traffic to it using ads, or just outreach. You're doing things that don't sell. And you just want to get some quick sales in to get people to pay you. Now, to validate it, we're going to talk about this in a later module on how to get 3 clients. I'm going to give you the exact step-by-step, how to do the cold email campaigns, how to get clients for free, how to set your website up, how to set up your social media. But this is just an overview. And then continuous monitoring and adaptation. So, for ongoing research, because the thing is this, a market never is finished. So you want to set up Google alerts, right? You want to constantly be reading, constantly learning. You Hootsuite brand watch to monitor what's being said about your industry on social media. Customer feedback, regularly connect. Your market research is never finished. You must constantly be studying what's in the market and what's going ahead and what's coming of it. You must constantly be innovating too. Scaling with confidence. So automate it and delegate. As your idea gains traction, automate repetitive tasks and delegate responsibilities to focus on scaling. I'll teach you how to scale to 6, 7, 8, 9 figures later on. And you can expand your offerings, right? So if you've got good front end, you got one good front end offer working, you can add another front end offer, or you can just work on back end front services, right? So when is market research finished? It's never finished. Market research is an ongoing process. The market is dynamic, always changing with new entrants, new participants in the market, new B2B clients, technologies and consumer behaviors. Continuously adapt and refine your understanding of the market. So if you're selling a product for client ads on Facebook, what if someone comes out with some tool or something that does it automatic? You need to understand everything. You need to understand the other people that are also coming in the market as well. Now, I've got a lesson here from Peter Thiel. Last mover advantage. So Peter Thiel's concept emphasizes that being the first isn't always the best. Sometimes waiting and learning from the mistakes of early movers allows you to enter the market at a more strategic time with a better product or service that dominates the space. Because you want to build monopolies. You want to capture as much of the market. I've built monopolies for specific markets. Niches. I've built monopolies quick. I've niched down and built a monopoly. It took me less than a year to do it. And I've tapped the market out and had to wait for the new participants to enter. And when they did, I took them straight away. Right, now let's do an example of a high-ticket business, which is TopTal. So TopTal, again, as we spoke about before, is a premium marketplace connecting top-tier freelance talent with companies, generating over $100 million in annual revenue. And it operates as a high-ticket business model, focusing on providing elite services to clients with substantial budgets, big, chunky, fat payments. And TopTal solves a critical problem, giving businesses access to the top 3% of global freelance professionals. Let's assume sales reps too. People need closers on the phone. It's hard to find closers on the phone. Big problem. It's hard to find good marketers. Big problem. That's why TopTal exists. Now the TopTal business model. Now how would you compete against TopTal? They're doing software developers, marketers, designers. You just focus on one of them when you're starting out. Just one. I'm just going to offer... all business ideas were once small. All large businesses were once medium, and all medium businesses were once small. So you can focus like TopTal and say, I'm just going to offer designers to a specific niche of business. And then once you've tapped that out, you run your TAM, SAM, and SOM. Once you've tapped that out and you actually have hit the numbers that you're close to, you can say, well, I'm now going to offer it to another industry and another one and another. And you build your business like that. Remember, Amazon started out just selling books. The vision for the company was to become what it is. Probably never was that at the start, to sell to become the everything store to everyone. But it just started off selling books. Now let's talk about the TopTal business model. So the average client spends around $20,000 per month, reflecting the high ticket nature of TopTal's offerings. The revenue streams. So TopTal's revenue comes from subscription fees, onboarding fees, job listing fees, and a hidden markup on talent costs. So you're paying exorbitantly for talent that they're getting cheaper. Now they run ads, and when you go to sign up, they say, well, okay, we need to take $500 off you to post this job. They've already got the talent in some database, spreadsheets or whatever system they've built in the back end. Probably started off as spreadsheets. It's just the name of talent with an email. Then they send them an email and contact them and say, hey, you got a job. ARR and MRR. So their model includes strong annual recurring revenue and monthly recurring revenue, providing financial stability and growth. They've got probably long-term contracts that they put clients in. Most people say, oh, long-term contracts are bad for the other end of the party if they are going to go broke. But if the other company, sometimes they want long-term contracts because they need it to last. So TopTel goes out there and finds the talent. They build a pipeline and they acquire the talent on LinkedIn. They basically just use LinkedIn to do outreach. That's how they do it. They use talent recruiters and, they built their own system. They use the clients, and they use, for designers, they might go to Behance and find the best talented people there. Right? Or they might look at the biggest companies in the world and look at their marketing people and send them a cold email and say, hey, do you want to work remote? It's easy how they do it. It's so easy. Just talent recruitment. They do client-centric approach. So they match clients with the right talent. In the revenue model, they make service fees from client. They make like a loan out fee from the people that they give in the companies. So if I give you a marketer and I'll pay him $30 an hour, but you'll pay me $50, I'll make $20. I think they had something like a couple of years ago, 4,000 people a day working or something. You can do the numbers on it. 4,000 people working 8 hours a day if you make $20 for each, right? So you're leveraging. It's basically, people talk about slavery. It's not slavery. This is smart business. The guy who owns this hangs out with his Belarusian wife or girlfriend on a yacht all day, right? And then they just scale their business. They add new product lines. Smart players. How TopTel acquires clients. Content, marketing, and paid ads. So TopTel invests heavily into content marketing, and paid ads to attract high quality leads when they launch a campaign. You can see some of their ads here. They're just general branding. The world's top talent on demand. And they offer substantial referral fees to incentivize partners and clients to bring in new business. And clients schedule a call with the sales representative who guides them through the process, including a $500 onboarding fee to post the first job post. And that's designed to liquidate some of the ad spend and marketing cost so they can have a client-financed acquisition model. Although they make their money on the back end, not the front end, to acquire people because they know people spend a lot of money on the first contract. But they put that there in place because if someone's willing to pay for a job post, they're willing to, they're solving a painful problem. Very smart. The TopTel client journey. So the journey is, after paying a job listing fee, clients are matched with potential freelancers through scheduled interviews based on TopTel's assist. So basically, I've used TopTel, so I know how it works. You put a job post up, and what will happen is they'll give you 3 people. They're not going to give you 100 people to look through. They'll just give you 3. And if you tell them they all suck, they have to go out and find more. They just give you 3. Are they even that good? Who knows, right? Gray area in matching. So the matching process is somewhat, hidden. It effectively connects clients with talent who execute the required task. Are they the best talent they've got? Who knows? Because the best talent they've got is already taken by the biggest companies with the biggest budget. Think about that. And once matched with the freelancer, works on the assigned task. So you bring them in and you just tell them what to do. Say, hey, I need you to design this for me. Let's work on it. And they make money on a hidden markup on platform utilization. So TopTel charges a hidden markup on the freelancer's rate, allowing them to generate additional revenue while maintaining a high quality service. Upwork for high ticket clients. So the platform operates similarly to Upwork, but it's tailored for high ticket clients, offering a more exclusive and premium experience. And they only offer designing and developers and finance experts. Now marketers. And I think there was something else. I don't know. Go to their website, go through their scheduled funnel, and you'll notice when you go to sign up, rather than waiting for a booked call, they've got a very awesome funnel that I've never seen before where you can book a call right now and you go into something that's called the lobby. It's very smart, like a hotel lobby. Now, why is TopTel high ticket? Because high spending clients. So with clients spending an average of $20,000 per month, TopTel caters to a market willing to invest heavy in top talent. It's $240,000 a year, guys. Now, they might net $50,000 per client. Give me $5 1,000 clients making me 50 grand profit, I'm making some major money. Now they have effective client acquisition. So their blend of content marketing, paid ads, and referral incentivizes to drive consistent, high quality client acquisition. What are business owners spending 250 grand on specific talent know more of? Business owners who will spend that much money on talent. So they give you fat referral fees. What do fat referral fees tell you? There's a lot of margin in the business. A lot. Right? It's like if a sales rep's on 50%. Jesus Christ. Margin. That just tells me there's a lot of margin and it might be hard to sell. Robust business model. So the combination of onboarding fees, job listing fees, hidden markup, and recurring revenue streams makes TopTel a prime example of a high-ticket business. They're not a SaaS company. They just build a platform to make it look all fancy and whatnot. And they use humans to run their business. Now, let's talk about growing markets to choose. So, the road ahead, 2025 to 2035, the next 10 years. So the next decade presents unparalleled opportunities in both B2B and B2C markets. And understanding these growing markets is key to positioning yourself for success with high ticket offers. And the goal is to leverage these markets to build a scalable, profitable business with minimal startup capital. And the action. So get ready to explore the top markets, poised for growth, and learn how to position yourself strategically. So the future of B2B markets. So from 2025 to 2035, these are the top 10 B2B markets expected to experience explosive growth, and each market offers the potential to develop high-ticket offers that can be built quickly, sold efficiently, and scaled profitably without you having to raise $200 million. So I did all of this for you so you can come up with the best ideas, so we can partner together and I can scale it for you to 9 figures. So minimum startup capital, you want to enter markets with little to upfront, no investment. High ticket potential, you can charge a minimum of $5,000 upfront with a long-term client, $50,000 plus, and you can have short sales cycles, 7 to 21 days sales cycles. So you've got digital marketing and automation, data analytics and business intelligence, edutech and online learning platforms, remote collaboration tools, cloud computing, and SaaS solutions. These are high growth markets, but you should explore and validate them further based on your strengths and interest, right? That's just some of them. That's just 5. The rising stars in B2C. So the B2C landscape is evolving with certain markets projected to grow exponentially. And here are the top 10 B2C markets to watch, each offering opportunities to build high-ticket ventures with minimal capital and significant growth potential. So scalable solutions, you can create offers that can be rapidly deployed and scaled. High perceived value, ensure your service or product justifies a premium price point. And efficient client acquisition, you can leverage digital channels for quick and effective client acquisition. And these are just starting points. Dive deeper to find the best fit for your business. So you've got digital marketing, data analytics, edutech and online education, remote and collaboration tools. Right? Now there's more out here, but I'm not going to give them to you because you must research and find them up. One thing we do at High Ticket Ventures is we don't give you business ideas. Because if we give you the business idea, that means that you've just been... People just want to be spoon-fed an idea and say, here's the best business to go into. But they're the worst businesses. Yeah, you can make some money, but you're going to make as much as someone who just got a nice job. 99% of them. You are better off doing your own research and finding your own business that you are actually curious about than coming to us. We're smart enough to look at it in 10 seconds, but okay, we can make massive money here with you if it's a good idea. But you are the leader behind it. That's what makes high ticket ventures work. People that join us when they take ownership for their own idea. Now, why do you want to choose growing markets? Because choosing a growing market ensures that your business has potential to expand without hitting a ceiling too soon. Growing markets offer more opportunities for client acquisition, higher pricing, and sustained growth over time. Right? Scalability. Growing markets allow your business to scale organically. Profitability. Increased demand means better pricing and better margins because business at the end of the day, once you're trading, is all about that profit and loss statement. And sustainability. A growing market provides a steady stream of opportunities. Action. So you want to consider how each market aligns with your business goals and where you can add the most value. Right? The 7-day lean startup model. I'm going to teach you this. So the goal is to identify a market and quickly build a non-tangible high-ticket product or service within 7 days. Once you've signed the first client on. And you want to use a lean startup approach to create a minimum viable offer, pre-sell it, and then iterate it based on client feedback or market feedback from the sales calls. But if 3 people are willing to pay you for a product or a service, typically there's 10, there's 50, then there's 100. So you do market research, then we're going to do offer development, then we're going to do pre-selling, then we're going to do client acquisition. We're going to do this all in the next couple of modules. The next module is going to be about the offer. Then we're going to choose a business model. Then we're going to build your website and your sales assets. Then we're going to actually go out there and get some 3 clients. Then I'm going to teach you how to close them. Then I'm going to teach you how to actually build that product and service and onboard those people. Then I'm going to show you how to scale it to 6, 7, 8, and 9 figures. Reminder, so you don't need a large budget to start. Focus on creating value and solving real problems. You don't need to. The people that come in and they say, I'm going to build the biggest AI business. No, you're not. You don't need to. Let's just get to 8 figures a year and profit. That's all we need. So why high ticket too? Why can't you just build something that costs $20 and sell it to 1 million people, right? So why high ticket? So high ticket offers allow you to generate significant revenue with fewer clients. By targeting growing markets with premium solutions, you can achieve faster growth, higher margins, and longer lasting client relationships. I've got a screenshot here of one of the businesses I own. Look at all the fat sales coming in. That ain't no 2,500 or 997 or 1997. 62,000, 45,000, 60,000, 21,000, 16,000, 10,000, 4,000, 22,000, 10,000, 71,000. Right? There's some fat sales. So the key benefits is higher revenue. You bring in a $70,000 deal. There's margin there. You don't need to go raise money now. You've just fucking brought a bunch of cash in. So higher revenue, fewer clients, bigger deals, stronger relationships, deeper engagement with each client, scalable income, build a business that scales with you. Right? So design your offers to meet the demands of these growing markets and ensure they provide substantial value. If someone said to me, they said, Fletcher, if you can build me this product, I'll give you $1 million. I'm going to go find a way to build that product for 500 grand. I'm going to take his $1 million, find a way to get it done for 500 grand. I'm going to profit and pocket 500 grand. Then I'm going to go ask that guy to give me 10 more people and I'm going to keep doing it. And then I'm going to go do the market research. But probably before I go out there and try and find that person. But if someone just came to me and said that, I'd spend all my time doing market research while I pay someone to go and build the product or service to give him. Now take control of your market research, right? So what I've outlined, while I've outlined some of the top growing markets, it's crucial for you to do your own research. Explore beyond these suggestions to find the niche that aligns perfectly with your skills, interests, and business model. So steps to take. Use online tools, Google Trends, industry reports, and forums. Use ChatGPT too. Trust me, use it. Number 4, too, pay for it. Pull your credit card out. Put that number in there if you don't have it. Identify pain points. So look for problems that aren't being solved effectively. And validate. Test your ideas with real prospects before going all in. You want to have a lot of people book a call and talk to you, or you want to go find them. And action. Empower yourself to find the best opportunities by conducting thorough market research. Remember, we're looking for pain points. We're looking to solve consistent, painful problems. And this is your path to a higher ticket venture. So the next decade is full of opportunities, but success lies in your ability to act on the right market with the right offer. Don't choose some digital marketing agency. Yeah, you might find one guy out there who's dominated that sector, but he's not flying and owning private jets and massive yachts because the market doesn't pay that type of money. So success lies in your ability to act on the right offer and market, focus on growing markets, develop high-ticket solutions, and use a lean approach to build and scale your business. So market research, identify your market, and let's launch your venture. Final thought, don't settle for a small piece of a limited market. Think big, act strategically, and position yourself where growth is inevitable. Call to action. Start your research, identify your market, and get ready to launch. This is your time. Let's go find a high-ticket business idea, right? Bring it to me. I will partner with you and scale it with you and for you with my team. I know how to scale. That's what people come to me. Now, let's go again. Recipes for generating high-ticket ideas. I have to keep drilling this into your head. It's all about the idea. I have the flawless execution done for you. I have that for you, but you have to bring me the best ideas. So remember, start with curiosity. Identify industries or topics you're deeply curious about. Explore what fascinates you. This will sustain your interest long term. You have to be interested, curious. And where do your interests align with high value problems? And you want to focus on problems you're obsessed with. So what issues or challenges do you constantly think about? problems you're passionate about solving are the ones you excel in. Combine your obsession with the market need for a winning formula. Right? You can't create the market. The market exists. The market has a big problem. You're just going to provide high-ticket solutions to that problem. Right? Now look for high-stakes problems. Problems that impact revenue, reputation, or critical business functions, because businesses are willing to pay consistently because they always need to keep the lights on. Issues that create significant pain points for businesses or individuals. The bigger the impact, the more clients are willing to pay for your solutions. And turn your expertise into solutions. So leverage what you know to create high-value solutions, products or services. Use your background and skills to solve problems others can't. And high-ticket problems often require specialized knowledge or connections. I know people inside of Facebook that work there that can just turn on an ad account. People come to me for that. I just give them that person though. We'll have a Rolodex. We give it away in high-ticket ventures. Right, so let's talk about evaluating now and refining your ideas. So, how to know if your idea is worth pursuing? Does it solve a significant problem for a high-paying client? Is there a clear market need? Does the market need it? Do they want it? If they don't want it and they don't have any pain, there's no point building something. And can you provide a solution that's hard to replicate? For example, a lot of SaaS is like, for example, if you're selling like a digital marketing course, people can just go on Google and whip one up. It's so easy to replicate. New players can just enter the market and take your market share off you. You want to build a moat around your business. Warren Buffett, when he looks to buy a business, he wants a moat around it because he doesn't want other players entering the market. That's why he gets into insurance, etc., because it's very hard to get into businesses like that. But he's also playing with some hundreds of billions of dollars worth of liquid capital. You're not. You're just trying to get into a business and get to 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, 300, 500, a million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million a month in revenue. Now test your ideas quickly. So you want to validate your idea with a few potential clients, which is 3. Get feedback to refine your approach. I'll give you the feedback, and then also with the market. And you want to act as a consultant and do things that don't scale and work with those clients to get them results and get feedback off them to prove the concept. Right? We're trying to work hard to get product market fit. Product market fit means you can get them results. It's not just because you can sell $1 million worth of a $10,000 service. That's not product market fit if they don't get the results. Now, some common pitfalls to avoid. Don't jump into the first idea without evaluation. Don't listen to the guy online that says, here's the best business to start in 2024, because it's not. It's not the best. For him to sell it, if you buy it off him, it's the best business for him because he's the one getting paid. But the best business ideas, you're not going to find on a Facebook ad or a YouTube ad or a YouTube video of someone telling you, right? You have to find it yourself. And avoid solutions in search of a problem. Right? And be wary of ideas that don't align with your curiosity or expertise. And the iteration process, the feedback loop. So be prepared to pivot based on market feedback. Just because you think and you're married to something, before you even go talk to the market, ask ChatGPT and say, ChatGPT, are you serious? Do you really think this is it? What about this? What about that? Talk to that thing. And continuously refine your idea to meet client needs better. Iteration leads to innovation and success, right? You might go in, most businesses, the biggest businesses don't pivot at the start, but some of them still pivot along the way. Now, conclusion. Let's expand your knowledge. So recommended reading. So the Blue Ocean Strategy, how to create uncontested market space and make the competition irrelevant. So this is how to go into you got blue ocean and red ocean. You want to go into a blue ocean, create a market where no one else is competing against you. And a red ocean is a market where there's a lot of competition. You want to avoid those because you're playing against other players in the market. They're going to take your clients off you. This book teaches you how to identify untapped markets and create higher value offerings that address unmet needs. It's a great book. They read it at Harvard. I think it's still in the recommended reading list there. The Lean Startup. So how today's entrepreneurs use continuous innovation to create radically successful businesses. And it focuses on how to test ideas quickly in real markets, helping you identify real problems and refine your solutions based on market feedback. Crossing the Chasm, marketing and selling high-tech products to mainstream customers, essential for understanding how to find and exploit gaps in markets, particularly in technology where high-ticket opportunities often lie. And then the Innovator's Solution, creating and sustaining successful companies. It's not, you get to $1 million a month, that's great, but you could now sustain $1 million a month. And it offers a strategic approach to finding problems in growing markets and developing solutions that drive sustained success. So, That's it for this video. I know it was a long one, but I've given you the vase, I've given you the environment, I've given you the seeds, I've given you the dirt. Now what I want you to do is choose the seed out of the options that I've given you and plant it. I'm the environment. It's up to you to choose the vase. There's multiple vases, there's multiple seeds, and there's multiple bits of dirt. Choose it and grow in it. Bring me the idea. I will evaluate it for you and see if it's a good idea. And then we'll do market research together. We'll talk to the first couple of clients together. We'll get the first 3 clients signed on with a deposit. And then we'll build the product or service in 7 days. And then once we get results, we'll scale the business to an 8 or 9 figure company fast. So that's it. Go watch the next video right now where we're going to create an offer and spec it out for your market.